I love my wife dearly. She's a gorgeous, sexy woman, and she's the pride of my life. We've been married for 7 years. Our sex life is not what it was when we were dating, or even the first 2 years of our marriage. After giving birth to our daughter 5 years ago, she went through a bit of postpartum depression, something I felt she was able to overcome with time. One thing she never recovered was her appetite for sex, and our relationship, in that respect, became quite boring. I tried countless times to be romantic and spice things up. I went as far as taking her in cruises and booking romantic weekends, which included spa treatments and massages. Although she appreciated my gestures, it didn't do much to improve her sexual appetite towards me. I learned not to push her, because when I did, she got angry, and that just drove us further apart. I did manage to convince her to go see a therapist about 6 months ago, after noticing that she was even more distant than usual. During our first session with the marriage counselor, she confessed that after her pregnancy, she lost all interest in sex. It just doesn't appeal to her anymore. No desire at all, she said. The therapist recommended she see a psychiatrist and a physician for treatment. She refused, no matter how many times I begged her to do it. I admit that I became numb to feeling unwanted physically. She is a caring mother, and she cares for me too, just not physically. That happens maybe once a month, if I'm lucky, and it's more of a routine. I know she doesn't enjoy it. So, I basically resigned myself to live with that for our daughter's sake and to save our marriage, but that's not what I'm seeking advice for. I've been working on a project renovating the spare bathroom in our home, and I had requested a few days off from work to get it done. Yesterday morning, my wife went to work at 8 a.m. as usual and to drop off our daughter at daycare. It is my job to pick up our daughter in the afternoon, because I always get off work earlier, and my wife frequently works late. She works as an admin assistant at a real estate office downtown. I noticed when I went to the kitchen to grab a bottle of water, just a minute or two after she left, that she forgot her tablet on the counter. She always takes it with her. The same with her phone. She guards those things with her life. I never thought about looking through her phone or tablet because of respect, and she kept them always locked anyway. I noticed that the tablet had not gone into its locked screen yet, so I seized the opportunity to look. I know it's wrong to invade someone's privacy, more so that of a person I love and trust, but I couldn't control my impulse. After touching the screen to prevent it from locking automatically, I picked it up and started browsing through it. My instinct told me to look at text message app first, although until that very moment, I had no reason whatsoever to think I would find something incriminating there. I opened it, and the first thing I see is a message group consisting of my wife, her 2 bosses, both married men, and one of her single coworkers. What I saw once in the message group ended my life in so many ways that I can't really express how it feels. In between a plethora of text messages from all 4, describing very explicit sex acts, and my wife's sexuality and that of the 3 men, I found photos and several videos of her having sex with not just one, but sometimes all 3 men at the same time. The last one, recorded last Friday at one of the men's office, showed her and her 2 bosses going at it. The 2 men were doing despicable things to her, things I have only seen in the most aberrant pornographic movies. She not only seemed to enjoy all of it, but would eagerly encourage them to do more while she acted wildly. I've never seen that way. It looked like she was possessed by the devil himself. There was obviously a third-person video recording this. He could be heard in the foreground, laughing, and narrating it like if it was a sporting event. I recognized her coworker's voice. I looked at a few more videos and realized that they took turns at her, and often all 3 at once. I was horrified. I took my phone out and video recorded some of these scenes from the tablet screen, knowing that she would certainly deny it ever happened. And once I lost access to her tablet, I would have no way to prove any of this. After I was done, I put the tablet exactly where she left it, and while crying, I started thinking about what I should do. On top of wife's horrifying betrayal, I can only imagine what these men think of me. Surely I'm their laughingstock, and who knows who else they have told. She came home late, probably working overtime. When she came home, I ignored her, and she didn't seem bothered by my demeanor. I know I have no choice but to divorce her and take my daughter as far away from this lying, cheating monster. Although it seems impossible, I also hope to find a reason to forgive her. My mind and heart are broken, and I don't know how to deal with such an unexpected act of betrayal. My question to you is, am I correct to think about protecting our daughter and myself first, rather than trying to save our marriage?